engage with international finance institutions to be able to overcome what is an incredibly overwhelming situation. As far as the aid received so far, as far as the pledges pledged so far, as far as the assistance given so far, it's all a drop in the ocean. 33 million people. That is more than the population of New York State that we're sitting in today. It is more than the population of many, many countries who were represented here today and spoke at the United Nations. So whatever we're doing, whatever the international community is doing so far, is just a drop in the ocean. And it will take us a long time to recover from this tragedy.
Thank you. Sue?
Hi, this is Dr. Xu with China Central Television. I have two questions. First, you just mentioned about a chain action by this flood. The flood leads to health crisis, and there might be a potential food crisis and then economic crisis. So where do you think is the weakest link you can break the chain, and how to do that? And the second question is concerning today's meeting, the G77 and China. The Secretary General, in his remarks, he said, and I quote, "The global financial system was created by rich countries to benefit rich countries. We need to balance the scales between developed and developing countries and create a new global financial system that benefits all." Do you agree with that? And how exactly, as the president of G77 and China, would like to do with this?
So as far as the challenges that we're facing going forward, we're really taking them one at a time. And at the moment, while we're still battling with floodwaters, we really have to focus on rescue and relief and see how we can support those victims of this tragedy. Going forward, we have to have a comprehensive plan for reconstruction and rehabilitation based on the still to be completed damage needs assessment component. But that plan for rehabilitation and reconstruction is where we have to create the opportunity within this crisis. The world had to adapt, we had to mitigate, and we also have to adapt to the new realities of climate change. And the devastation that this flood has caused has given us, or will give us, the opportunity going forward to not only reconstruct, rehabilitate, and rebuild, but to do so in a better manner, to do so in a greener manner, to do so in a more climate resilient manner. As far as the UN Secretary General's comments on the international financial system, he was with me today at the G77 plus China group that Pakistan was chairing, where he reiterated his remarks, calling the international financial system morally bankrupt, and pointed to the fact that many African nations were not part at the formings of these institutions. Many former colonized nations were not free and a part of such institutional frameworks, and therefore he's given a call for us to reassess how the international financial frameworks work, and for them to do so in a more just manner going forward.
Imran?
Thank you so much, Mariam. Good to see you, Mr. Foreign Minister. I have a question on Afghanistan, if you don't mind. Your Prime Minister today mentioned that some work is being done on gender rights in Afghanistan, and in his speech, very quickly. We had Afghan women here in this very room a couple of weeks ago, and they seem to be feeling and thinking that the OIC is not doing enough to support their rights, and that the OIC has levers with the Taliban that they're not using to support the cause of women there. What's your response to that? And then as the chair of the OIC, and also as the son of the first Muslim woman to head a democratic government in the world, the late Bilawal Bhutto, what's your message to Afghan women and to the Taliban regarding that issue? And then I have another question, if that's okay.
Just let me answer this one. So as far as the Prime Minister's speech is concerned, he did call on the government, or the interim government of Afghanistan to respect their citizens' rights regardless of gender, etc., if I'm correct. As far as the situation on education is concerned within Afghanistan, particularly female education is concerned in Afghanistan, while we recognize that there's primary education available to women and there's segregated tertiary education available to women, Pakistan, along with the rest of the international community, is waiting for the interim Afghan regime to implement secondary education for women as well. As far as my message to the women of Afghanistan and the women of the Muslim world, this I don't believe is an issue of the international community, or not just an issue of the international community. This should be an issue for the Muslim world, for the Muslim Ummah, and you're indeed correct, for the OIC as well. Because Islam is what first gave women their rights. Islam is what guarantees women their rights to participate within society and their right to education. So we expect not only Afghanistan but across the world for women to not only be guaranteed these rights but these rights to be protected. I'm actually currently the chair of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the OIC, and I am trying before our chairmanship expires, God willing, to be able to hold an event under the auspices of the OIC to do with women's rights in Islam.
न्यूयॉर्क में वज़ीर ख़ारजा बिलावल भुट्टो ज़रदारी न्यूज़ कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि पाकिस्तान को सैलाब की शक्ल में बड़ी कुदरती आफत का सामना है। सैलाबी सूरत हाल की वजह से आलमी बरादरी से फ्लैश अपील की गई। मुतासरा इलाकों में रिलीफ का अमल अभी जारी है।